Shalom everyone, Aaron Lipkin from Samaria, and I'm honored to finally visit an amazing and exciting archaeological site by the name of El Achwat. We're going to hear much about this site and about the recent excavations. Just today, we finished the excavation of the site. I think this is the second time that the site is excavated. It was excavated in the 1990s, and now it's the second time. And we're going to hear Shay talk to us a bit about this site, the former excavations, the current excavations, and see what's so special about this site. But before we do that, because this is a special time in Israel, and we have a war raging in the north of Israel, in the area of the Gaza Strip, and it's not a normal time for an archaeological excavation. So my first question to you is, how different is it to excavate during a war as opposed to a normal time?
Well, it is certainly one of the strangest excavations I ever had, because I depart from Haifa. Haifa is sometimes under missiles attack from the Hezbollah, from the Lebanon. And while we drive, we always listen to see if there are any sirens in the area. Luckily enough, during the drive, which is in 4:30 a.m., there were no sirens in the last month when we were excavating here at El Achwat. But when we came back in the afternoon, we had some sirens. We had to go to bomb shelters. And of course, our families are sometimes in bomb shelters while we are excavating here. In the site here in Wadi Ara, south of Haifa, there were hardly any sirens. But since the site enjoys a strategic position, with views to the Nazareth Mountains, to the Carmel Mountains in Haifa, and all the way almost to the area of Herzliya and Tel Aviv in the south, then we can see the Iron Dome intercepting the Hezbollah missiles, and we can hear here and there very nicely the boom, boom. Luckily enough, not falling on our heads yet, but let's hope it will stay like this. But this is certainly very strange, and sometimes, we get during the excavation a phone call from the family saying we are now in the shelter. So just to inform us that while we are having fun excavating, discovering the history, other people are in worse conditions. And of course, I'm praying for the people from the north to come back to their homes after more than a year now, that they are out of their homes and in constant bombardments by Hezbollah and other Lebanese parties that are against Israel.
Was it hard to find people to participate in the excavation as opposed to other?
The number of volunteers decreased sharply in comparison to regular excavations that I hold, like at least by 50%. And especially those coming from the north. For example, I had a student who is also a medic in Nahariya, which is north of Haifa, which is on a daily basis being bombed. And she said that, and she's a medic, said, I cannot come to the excavation. I'm a student, I have to be in the excavation, but I cannot come because the Israeli Red Cross told me you have to be on alert near the station and you cannot come to the excavation. And other people, friends, volunteers that come and join us, well, there were several brave people that did, and we are very grateful to them. But many others, and of course no blame, couldn't come. They wanted, but they couldn't come to the first season of renewed excavations at El Achwat.
Got it. It's definitely going to be an excavation you're going to remember for a long time.
Yeah, well, it's very strange to walk in the excavation, to see people lying on the ground and see Iron Dome missiles hitting rockets actually quite far away, but they were afraid because they saw it. And it is strange, but we worked according to the police and the military rules, and luckily enough for us, for the excavation at least, this area is not considered a problematic area. And so that's how the excavation was. And it was, every 20 minutes you open the telephone, you see what's the news, what's happening. And there is also a quarry nearby here, and there are the bombs of the quarry.
The quarry
quarry explosions. And every time you boom, and you hear, and you say, what is it? What is it? Has something happening? Everybody's on the phone. No, it's the quarry. You can relax and continue excavating. Actually, it was quite a way to forget for a few hours the situation and delve in the research and in archaeological excavation and not think of all the things that we think in the other hours of the day, especially in the last year in Israel.